by PeoriaLife.com. Today we have a very special guest. Please welcome professional boxer and combat sports expert, Peoria's very own Anthony Holloway.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, if you can't tell by my face, I am just tickled to be talking to you right now, man. I've heard everything. I mean, just tons and tons of stuff about you ever since I got back into combat sports in 2016. So it's an absolute pleasure to have you here on the podcast, man. Thank you.
My oh, sure.
So I know some of the people I know that know you or like you're kind of in that circle. They want to know a little bit more about you. Like, so where did you get your start? So you're native to Peoria, right?
Yes.
And you
So
grew up
where
in
did I
Peoria?
start fighting from? Oh yeah. Yeah, I grew up in Peoria.
Take me
Born and
way back.
raised, 30
So
years.
where'd you go to school at?
I went to what you want to go from? 8th grade, 7th grade.
Take it back, man. I mean,
Are you
if you were
so
kindergarten in Peoria, people want to know it.
I started from team school, urban league, all the way to Blaine Sumner to Tree Wind, and then to Manual High School.
Wait, which high school?
Manual.
Manual High
Oh,
School, which
Manual.
is
Okay.
Manual Academy. Manual
Yeah.
Academy.
My buddy used to teach there back in the day. I mean, not back in the day. Not that old. But
I'm a
yeah.
Manual alumni now. I've been out of school for 13 years. High
I
school.
was gonna say, man, I wanted to ask you about that. Like being 30 years old, and professional boxer. I saw you've got some
I
mixed
feel
martial
young.
arts under your belt. Like, yeah, what is that like? Because I know recovery for me at 32 was like, it was ouch.
And I ain't gonna lie, just saying about that. I just took that fight. My last fight was June 27, and I can say after fighting that tough opponent, and he wasn't that tough, but I was sore. I got back in the gym 2 days later. My coach stopped me in the mid workout. Was like, stop everything, stop the music. You just got done fighting a 10-round fight, a big opponent, and you took some hard shots. How do you feel? Because you in the gym like you get ready to fight again.
You're ready for the
Wow.
He
next
said
one.
you just need to take a few days off. Like
And
for real.
that's coach telling you to stay out of the gym for a couple days. Normally, it's
He
the other way
gotta
around.
make
Get your ass in here.
he gotta make me stay out of the gym.
That's amazing
So
dedication.
oh
I
yeah,
feel
you know
though. Like if you get those days where you miss the gym, like it for me, it just like it messes me up, man. I don't know.
Yes. You don't feel
you,
truly alive
you know
until you worked out.
for sure. What you gotta say? If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Yeah, I had a boss who used to tell me that all the time. I'm like, I got all the things ready, but I keep dropping the ball. What am I doing?
But yeah, back to you saying okay. I'm gonna go back to you. I'm gonna give you something about me. I started um, when I was young. I started playing JFL football. So as I got older in life, um, I started playing football, running track, and basketball. So I went through that through primary school all the way up to high school. And then I went to college and played football and basketball
Oh no, kid.
at
What'd you
Robert Morris
play?
University.
What position in football?
I played running back, linebacker, and kick return. And I made All American in as a linebacker.
No
And then
kidding,
I
man.
played, and then I played basketball
So
for
how did
Robert
that
Morris also.
experience, going through these programs, through schooling and some of these outside programs, how did that help formulate or, help you with your boxing career?
Because I started with dance school first to get this. I had went to ICC before I started going to Robert Morris,
Wait, hold
and
on.
then
You say dance school?
listen. This
I'm
going this
with
gonna
you
mess
on
you
it.
up.
I like this.
I
I
went
like where
to
this is
I
going.
went
Tell me
to
more.
I went to dance school because I danced all my life too, and I went to high school dance. I went to dance school at ICC, and between it, they had a Robert Morris was starting up a football program, and they came to the school and they was advertising. So I want to get a part of that, so I'm gonna go check it out. Cool, I signed up for it. Boom, 2012, 13. Here we go. I transferred over from that, left ICC. Boom, I got into football. Did a few years at Robert Morris, left, went to hair school. Went back
Hair
to Robert
school.
Morris. Listen, I did all this because I want to learn everything. So I
Well,
went
you're
back
like
because
me.
I was Man, I'm a jack of all. I went to nursing school. I was started a nursing program
Oh
while I was
wow.
at Robert Morris. So I did everything. I was doing everything just to get it, just to have everything on the belt.
What
So
do you
after I
think
did
between
that,
those, real quick? What do you think between those things has been the biggest contributor to your success?
um, I think hair. I still do hair. I cut hair. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a
You think the
barber.
hair?
Yes.
Hair is cool. I love it. I like doing hair. I've been
That's
doing it since 2011.
That's an
So I've been
interesting
doing it.
answer. What? So tell me more about it. Like, how is it? Like, just what you're doing, like with your hands? Is it working with people? Like, tell me more.
I love working with my hands. You got to work with your hands. If you don't work with your hand, how you gonna learn to do something? You
Yeah,
can't. You can't just look at it and say I know how to do it. You gotta hands on. It's important. So back to what I was saying. The, I went from all that. I did all the football, basketball, hair school, nursing school, and college. Boom. Then out of the blue, I said, dang, it's something that I can really do and make some money off. And I thought about it. I said, my boy, one of my best friends that passed away, he put me on fighting because he was doing it and I saw him doing it. I can do that because I used to love fighting growing up on the streets. I used to fight all the time. So I
Oh.
started getting into fights and I did MMA first. I
can I
started
ask
off
you?
MMA.
You're the friend that you're. I watched an interview with you back in 2019, and there was somebody that was in the interview with you that you were talking about, like, and you were talking about
R-
getting started into fighting, and you were like, "Yeah, I was just with him. He just kind of brought me with, and we just kind of kept." Was that the person you're talking about?
Randy Tran.
Randy Tran?
Rest in peace to my boy Randy Tran.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
Yeah,
about that,
he's
I'm
man. But yeah,
sorry.
I
he
saw that interview. That's cool that he had that kind of
yeah.
impact on you, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome
Yeah,
to have a friend like that.
he started me off. He started me up in boxing and MMA.
Oh
So
wow.
he showed me the way, and I took off with that since then.
So
And
what
he
was
know
the
everybody around here.
what was the first experience in a boxing gym? Like, where did you go?
No, it ain't. That wasn't the first experience. My first experience was fighting in the ring against Ben Rothwell, the
Wait, so
UFC
you're
fighter.
wait,
I didn't
who?
have
Which
no
one?
experience. Ben, Big Ben, the UFC fighter.
Yeah,
Oh.
you fought against him.
I
Wow.
fought one of his fighters in Racine, Wisconsin. Right, my first fight. Don't have no experience,
So you
and
didn't have a
I
trainer, a coach,
didn't
like
have a trainer or nothing. I just said I wanted to fight. They gave me a fight. I went up there, drove up there, got a fight, knocked the dude out. Cold. It's on YouTube. Cold blooded.
33 seconds in the first round.
That's it. That's the one right there.
Man. Oh,
And
dude.
then, yeah, that was my first MMA fight. But then the second fight, I didn't kill myself. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't hurt myself because I didn't know nothing about cutting weight. I didn't have fluids on my body, and I took this fight. And he was a dean teacher, but he had a lot of experience before he went professional. And he got the best of me because I was out of shape and I didn't know nothing about it. So I thought about what I should really do. So I said I'm gonna just do boxing. But then one point in time I did my last MMA fight and did it again. Almost hurt myself. And then after that, I just was like, I'm gonna go just straight into boxing. So the first gym I got into when I did go in boxing was it was core in East Peoria.
Okay, Core Fitness.
So
Yeah, we were just talking to Michael
core
Price the
fitness.
other day about that.
Yeah.
It's got a
I got
really cool story behind it.
yeah, I went in core. That was my first gym I started with. And I took my first amateur fights in core also for boxing. And then I just went to Peoria Athletic Club, Peoria Muay Thai, and I went
Right.
on from there. I went to KOK Boxing Gym,
Mhm.
Kingdom City Boxing Gym. I went to a lot of gyms. But the only gym I could tell you that I went professional and I ended my amateur career was KOK Boxing Gym. I
So
started
KOK
amateur,
was the one that
the
put you over
one
the
that put me
edge.
through the over the edge. I started, I did
What
everything.
coach there? I know it's all about the coach and trainers, but what
Uh,
coach at KOK were you working with?
Robert Bell.
Robert Bell. Okay, didn't he cornered your last fight, didn't he?
Yep, yes.
That's awesome. It's great to
Him,
have people like
him, and
that in the
Coach
corner, man.
Anthony from California. Shout out to my man's Eddie, the matchmaker from California. Also, So
Yeah, shout out there too, man. I watched that fight. I mean, I watched the first 3 rounds and I had to put my kids to bed, so I was sad I couldn't keep
it
watching.
was
But man,
fun. It's
you were
fun
fun to
traveling and
watch.
fighting.
You were fun, man.
Yeah,
Watching like your footwork was like I was watching your footwork. I wanted to see you throw some more jabs because it seemed like he had reach on you. Is that right?
yeah, he was tall. I didn't know he's that big until I really got in the ring. But he was 6'5". I'm 5'11".
He doesn't
But
look that big when you guys are like right next to each
yeah,
other. When he puts
I was
that
trying
arm
to
out
chop the
there, it's
tree
like,
down.
oh.
I was trying to chop the tree down though. That's about it. But
You're just
another
trying to get him
thing,
with those
y'all were,
body shots.
oh yeah. But you wanna know another thing about me, and I'm gonna let the world know why I started fighting? Because I used to get bullied. I was the one to get bullied, get strapped to chairs, and get beat up, get whoopings with belts. Because where I'm from, the South End of Peoria, if you weren't tough, they're gonna put you through a trial and get you tough. And I had to go through that in life. I had to see it for myself. Some of my guys, they put me through some courses and I didn't like. And after that, it was on. But I did get bullied a lot. You know, that's one thing about me. Some people can't handle getting bullied, but I got bullied to the point where I started doing bullying.
Oh,
So
Wow. So
that's
you're
why I really
saying that.
started fighting.
So what happened? Was there like just a particular guy in this gym that was
No,
like,
it
"Let
was a
me get
lie.
in
It
on
was
him," or
no, it was like 20 people,
oh
20
wow.
guys strapped me to a chair and started whooping me with belts. And that was the last straw.
damn, yeah,
That's.
Yeah.
that's pretty brutal.
I'm sorry that
But
happened to you.
listen to this. I was walking home. I was walking home trying to get to my house, and they caught me. And they carried me all the way to their house, strapped me to a chair outside, and they had belts, and they whooped me. So yeah,
Bro,
that was
That
it.
that was like some
And then a
that's
gangster.
lot of
I
people ain't
mean,
gonna.
what
It
other
don't
choice
matter
do you
where they hit
have?
me at. And look, it ain't matter where they hit me at. They was hitting me everywhere, face, eyes, everywhere. I had my face blindfolded because they blindfolded my eyes.
Why'd they
So
target you like that?
Because they're assholes.
I don't know
Wow.
because
So, I
they
mean, I don't
just
want to
it's just some
unleash any beef or rehash anything. I was just
it
curious,
just
man. Like that sounds like so heavy to have to deal with. Like to the point where you're like, you know what? I need to be a combat sports expert so I can combat this shit. Excuse my language.
right. It's all good. It's all good. It's something I had to get over, but other than that, it was cool. It was cool.
What
I
did it look
learned
like
from
getting
that.
over that? I mean, was it like you? So what
It's
happened
something.
after that night? Like, do you sign up for a boxing gym the next day? Or are you making phone calls? Like, what did you do?
No, I learned in life you gotta sometimes you gotta go to get tough. Sometimes you gotta go through that, and that was one thing that made me better.
That's interesting. I mean, that's a great way to look at it, man. I mean, that's such a heavy thing to have to go through, and to be able to take such a horrific negative and be able to turn it into a positive. I mean, the fact that something like you being a professional boxer and really the person when we're talking about boxing in Central Illinois, you're on the tip of everybody's tongue. Like you're the guy. Like you're the one that everybody's talking about. So bravo to you for being able to turn that around.
Well, I'm in this point in my stage of life. I just want to let everybody know. I've been independent and I'm with my coach right now, but we looking for some sponsors to get over some humps in this boxing game because being independent in this game is different.
Well, let's talk a little bit
Then
about
then
that because
other
like
fighters, then other fighters in different states, how they treat their fighters versus me, how I go out.
well, I don't
Everything
think
I
people
do,
understand the grind that comes with being a boxer because it's not just going to the gym. Like you have a responsibility. You also got to get money to pay for the gym. You have family, you got a house, like all these
oh
things that
yeah,
have to come through. And sponsors are a great way to help ease
it
some of that
is. If they
transition into
if they
professional.
believe, they want you to. I just feel like they want you to be on top first, then they try to sponsor instead of
Yeah,
doing it while you down and out. And
Yeah.
then when
I
you want to
totally
come up,
agree.
then you can breathe up. But
I
right now,
believe in grassroots cultivation. We build
yeah,
from the bottom up for people. If you show people those sponsorships that they're early in their career while they're amateurs and they can feel the love, it's going to give them the juice to keep going.
I can't say I can shout out to the 9 Courtney and James, because they did pay for my last uniforms, so I respect them. Shout
Which
out to
place is that at?
the nine. Uh, it's like a bar. It's a nice bar.
Oh, the
Good
Nine.
nine.
gathering. Yeah, the nine. Shout out to the nine. Shout out to James and Courtney for the support and the sponsorship for my outfits.
So yeah,
Yep, the
what's a
last outfits
sponsorship
I had.
look like? Like, I mean, so like,
Uh,
say when you're asking for sponsorship, are you asking for just like a couple $100? Are you asking for some? What is the money covering?
so sponsorship can be like, okay, we're gonna sponsor you outfits, t-shirts, or travel expenses, depending on what they want to sponsor. Most of this, if we do travel expenses or gear, outfits for the next fight, that'd be good. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can put y'all logo on the outfits, and then we rock it in the fight, into the weigh-ins, and therefore. But it's a lot that come with sponsor, like a major sponsor, like, okay, we're gonna sponsor your next boxing event. Everyone wanna see me fight in my hometown. So I feel like if I can got a major sponsor or some sponsor to get together and put a show together, then I could probably get a promotion deal from one of these promoters to bring down a company to put a show on it in Peoria, Illinois. That's
Well,
how it goes.
and that's actually one of the reasons that we're here. So I co-chair the Peoria Martial Arts Forum with Anshuman, and well, the Peoria Martial Arts Forum is all about attracting promoters to the area so that we can create a safe, healthy ecosystem for boxing,
Right.
combat sports. So yeah, I mean we're right on the same page with that. We think that there is a huge amount of talent here in Central Illinois, and the fact that, I mean, we've been talking to these guys for 8 years now. They're all having to
Right.
go out of state. They're having to go to Missouri, to St. Louis, having to go up to Iowa to fight, Minnesota for the TBAs. Like, everybody's
Right.
going out of state. Like, even our boxers, a lot of them are having to go up to Chicago to fight. It's like, I would
Yeah, and getting
love,
work
we
and
gotta bring it
getting
here to Central Illinois.
yeah, because I mean it is what it is. I feel like when I go out of town, I get the most love out of there because they coming to support. They coming and they showing they don't know me, so they know me as a prize fighter because I'm gonna put on a show and I'm gonna give them entertainment because in this game it's about entertainment. It don't matter how you undefeated, if even if you undefeated, whatever, you don't mean you good. You just haven't fought nobody because when people fight that's good and they fight another opponent that's very good, they don't show up.
Dude,
So
I hate when promoters like only promote these like undefeated record guys. It's like,
right,
is that the only angle that's out there? Like, come on, like there's got to be something about this guy that led him to be undefeated. Like, give me that.
right. I mean that it is how the game is. The game is about a business. It's all business at the end of the day.
That's unfortunate.
Everybody everybody got their own job to do. The promoter got their own job. A coach got his own job. The fighter got his own job. The media, the sponsors have their own job. Everyone in the camp has their own job.
Yeah, you just hit
Nutritionists,
on
everyone.
everyone in the value chain. Like those are
They
all the
everybody has
individuals.
their own job, or if not, you get fired or you don't get paid. So that's just part about life. I mean,
Yeah,
and I know.
I had a question about that, about pay for you, and you feel free to jump over this one because I don't want to ruffle any feathers. But I've heard it, a lot of other boxers, like they go into these professional bouts with particular matchmakers, and then at the end of the fight they're asking for their money and they're going, I didn't make enough at the door, and then just stiff you. Have you ever had
Well,
anything like that?
no, I never experienced something like that.
That's awesome.
But it is janky promoters though, because I did see it. I did see it like um 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I did see something like that. It be
Well,
like that. It's them low. You gotta say them low ballroom fights, or like
I
some
know what you're
shows ain't
talking
gonna be
about.
big. Yeah, a lot of shows ain't gonna be big. So some of them might not have enough money to pay their fighters because the opponent, you know what I'm saying, that he went against didn't sell enough tickets, so he can't pay his fighters. And some of them might lose. You got the the A side might be selling tickets, but the B side won a fight, and the A side didn't have enough money to pay the fighter.
Yeah, so I was actually
It'd be like
watching
that.
some like like a WCW, like WWE interview, and they were talking to
Right.
Eric Bischoff when he was, first kind of took over the WCW, and they were trying to turn it into something profitable. But I didn't realize,
Right.
like, every single time they did a live event, they lost money if it wasn't on television.
Yeah, because them pay-per-views be coming in clutch.
That's how he saved the company.
Because
They
you
had
can
3
you can
pay-per-views
fight.
per year, and he expanded it to 12.
You can put money on a fighter who you want to come see. You paying for that fighter or that fighter.
Yeah, that's
Because
the other thing too. Like, is
they
sports
get a
betting like
percentage out of
changed
that.
anything?
Yeah, you get a percentage. So if okay, I'm fighting on pay-per-view and my name up there, you want to just buy the fight, and who you buying the fight to see? Anthony Holloway. So you buy it for Anthony Holloway. And
Oh,
and
okay. So you have
for
like
the
your own
fighter,
like link that they go
yeah,
through, and that makes
some
sure
of
that
them
you
like
gets
that.
paid.
Yeah, you can get a percentage off there if it's enough people on there buying the fight to come see you fight.
I mean, have you made money doing that?
Not really. Mm-mm.
I would say a lot of the promotions I've seen, like, it seemed like a lot of the streaming was like maybe $10. Like your last one that I watched was free, which I was super grateful for. I might not have been able to catch it had they not been able to. They just throw it up on. I think it was on YouTube.
hmm
Which I love that. But yeah, man, I would like to see more fights streamed. And the other thing that we've been looking at is fighter pay. Just in general. Like when you look at like the UFC back in 2019, they had to open up their books, and it showed that they were only paying approximately 17% of their overall revenue to the fighters. And when you look at something like an NFL or an MLB, you've got a 50% revenue share there. So there's this like really large disparage between being a UFC fighter versus being an athlete in something else.
For sure. I got one thing. Shout out to Coach Bain. But
What's
back
up,
to what I was
Coach Bay?
saying. Shout out the coach, Coach Bell too. Shout out Coach Anthony. But yeah, a lot of fighters in this game. It's a lot of promotion. They doing a lot of independent. Everything is function off independent now. It ain't like big promotions anymore because a lot of fighters want to be independent. So they want their own promotion. For me
Yeah.
too, I want my own promotions, one way promotion, so I can do my own professional show one day.
Well, see that's something that I think is kind of goes back to the responsibility of the promoter. Like I would love to see where if we developing a system where they're sharing up to 50% of the revenues from a fight with the fighters and doing that through their content. Because like at the end of the day, if they're recording everything and they're putting it up in these spaces where people can view it, like there's a lot of stuff that can be had there. So I would love to see it if fighters would start taking a bigger piece of the content end of the business, so they're not having to do this feast or famine thing. Like, I hate it when they're calling a fight in like the UFC and they're saying like, oh, this fighter's got $10 in their bank account. I'm like, that's your fighter. Like you're supposed to be taking care of them. They got $10 in their bank account. Like, what the hell is wrong with you guys?
They
It's
mean
driving me nuts.
they getting ripped off. They getting ripped off, and that's a lot. That's a lot going on in the boxing game right now.
Yeah, I mean
That's
that's. I mean, I get there's a lot of stuff that's got to go on at the promoter level. You really got to get people. They've got to be at that level. You have to have a distribution network, and whoever holds the distribution network is ultimately going to be the one making the money. But I would love to see it if professional boxers had a way where they were making like a consistent income from some of the content that they help create versus
right.
just having to go out and fight. Like, there's an example I could use, but I'm not going to use it right now.
But I feel like since we're in Peoria, I feel like they advertise other things, but why they won't bring in a professional boxing event?
It's been tough, and but we've got some that are finally coming into Peoria. Mike Price is putting on events on. He's got an event on July 26th through Core Fitness at the Civic Center. So I kind of see that as the the start of the snowball for professional boxing in the Central Illinois.
No, that ain't professional because my
Oh, you're
coach got
right.
a
It's
show
amateur.
too.
You're right.
My coach got a show too on the
The
twenty
28th.
eighth.
Yep.
Yes, yes, at the expo.
Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be a fun show. Expo
He
Gardens is a
start,
great venue.
but my coach started the boxing events here before Core Fitness. Just put that out there at that Civic Center. He had that since last year.
October, I
So
think.
he
Oh, no kidding.
started bringing the boxing back since October. Yes, he brought boxing back first.
Well, it's
So
working,
this
man, because
his
we
second
got
one.
more promoters coming out, and I appreciate you setting me right on that. I mean, Coach
Oh
Bell
yeah,
has been
for sure.
I mean that whole group down there at KOK, they've been forces in the combat sports world.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and shout out to KOK and Muddy Warriors. You know it. But I just want to see Peoria get together as one and put a real show together, like a professional show. Like
I
I
want to
want
see
to
you
fight in my
fight in
city.
Peoria. Yeah, I want to
I
see
want
you
to I
fight
want to
here.
fight in my city. All it takes is one big major sponsor like Budweiser, or a bank. One bank.
So how much does it take to, like, if I wanted to bring you in for a fight? How much money do I have to lay down? Like 5 stacks, 10 stacks?
Like 10 stacks, 5 stacks, depending on what type of fight.
Let,
Do you know a promotion that put on a professional show will put me on their show?
oh yeah, no, tons of them.
Okay. Yeah. If you know a lot of promoters, you should promote a show in Peoria, Illinois, and put it on the mainstream. So this can be the mainstream. Homecoming, one way homecoming fight, Peoria, Illinois. That'd be
Yep.
dope. And then have a banging undercard.
Yeah, I
And
totally agree.
you could do a pro am show. Amateurs and professionals. Amateurs first, then professionals at the end of the night.
Yeah. No, we've been kicking around some ideas for putting on some shows here in Central Illinois. The one of the ideas that we had was we wanted to try to open boxing and combat sports up to a wider audience. Because, like, right now, if you go to a boxing show, there's a pretty good chance you've got an idea of the audience that's going to be there. Generally, it's older guys, people who can drink and that just want to see some other people get beat up. But I think that there's a strong opportunity out there to introduce boxing into a family level, and I would love to see more shows that are integrating that family environment.
For sure.
So I mean, I just think about it like if I was 12 years old, my dad brought me to a boxing show, and I got to see some amateurs, some professionals, like in person, like laying it down in the ring. I would have started boxing the next day. Like, just there would have been nothing I could have done. I would have been in the gym the next day. So I feel like it's my duty to share this with people
Did,
now.
okay, so to be honest, no less than 20 that to put a show on for me because I've been on TV, so I know my worth and all the time I put in. So no less than 20K. We can make something happen.
Well, that's what we need to know. Like, this is our time to put promoters and sponsors on notice. Let them know, like, hey, this is what it takes to get an Anthony Holloway in your show. Like, this guy, he moves seats, he sells tickets, and he is fun as hell to watch in the ring.
Definitely, definitely, definitely need the sponsors. The sponsors is important. We need the sponsors because without sponsors, you can't have no event.
So tell me, what's
And
what's next on the horizon for you, Anthony?
as of right now, I'm just in the gym training. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. That's what I do.
My man, is there anybody you're eyeballing that you would really love to just get in the ring with?
I want Jake Paul.
I was
Oh,
actually
you
about
want
to
Can you
Jake
ask
get
Paul?
me?
You're
that.
going up there, huh?
Can can you get me Jake Paul?
I don't know that guy. I mean, maybe we'd have to ruffle some feathers to get him to look at us, but
Anthony, if you ever do face him
it's
in the
not
ring,
impossible.
Anthony, if you ever do face in the ring, I want you to utterly break that man. Because here's my argument: the man has no.
I
sense
got
of,
you.
The man has no sense of humility. Oh, most of the greats of boxing have lost. Like Muhammad Ali lost. Mike Tyson lost. Tyson Fury's on his way out. Like, he got knocked down just a few weeks ago. The thing is, everyone.
Right.
But the thing is, Jake Paul has never had that sense of humility. So that's something he needs
sure.
to learn the hard
I feel
way.
like I would watch. Everybody
Well-
see the Nate Diaz and George Masvidal fight?
Well, look, can you give me Nate Diaz and one of them two? Can you contact
I
him?
don't know them. I mean, maybe we could see. I mean,
Hey,
you got
Jake
that kind of. I
Paul.
got local juice.
Jake Paul, stop dodging this smoke.
Now, let's see. Let me think about this. How many rounds do you think it would take you to finish Jake Paul?
Give me 6. I got him.
I think you could do it in 3. I think you
Oh,
take it in
yeah.
3.
If he makes every blow,
I think if you went hard, because you just got to watch his game. Just look at his game. It's just like dance moves, man. Like you were telling me before. Just use those dance moves. Get that footwork working for you. Grab one of them. Bob, knock him down.
Oh yeah, for sure. But hey, Jake Paul or Logan Paul, stop dodging this smoke. I want all smoke from everybody. Actually,
Well, that's another thing. Like, who would win between Jake and Logan Paul? And would anybody even
brothers.
really want to see that? I mean, it's kind of a win-win because you get to see one of them hopefully get knocked out. But like, I feel
they
like
are
they would
brothers.
just. I know. I feel like they would just do one of these kind of fights until it got to the bell, and then it would be just some weak decision victory
I'll fight both of them.
at once. I'd like to see that.
I'll fight 1-1. Come on. They not tough. They definitely not tough. So I'd rather fight both of them.
Well, like
They training not like my training.
Well, did you see the Tyrone Woodley knockout? Like, I mean,
They
everybody
ain't
in the
no
world saw that,
fighters
man.
though.
I know,
Listen,
well, that's what I'm saying though. Like, if you watch it, it makes no sense for a professional fighter, somebody who is at the top of the game, to take this lead hand and drop it down after he threw a strike. Like, it's 101. Like, to me, it felt like staged.
they don't know no better. They don't train like I train. They need training camps. I don't. I just work hard. Not for anybody.
So here's
I want a
another one.
title shot.
We go all time boxers, or even like people out there. Who's the one you want in the ring all time?
I want Canelo at 175.
175.
I want Canelo at 175.
So you're 205, right?
No, I ain't 205. That's too big.
Oh, so
I'm
that's
like
what I
one-
had listed on your. Well, I guess that was your MMA. It had you listed at 205.
Yeah. I'm like 180, 189, 188.
What division do you usually like? What weight class are you usually fighting in?
177 to 190.
Okay, that makes sense because I remember it was last fight or maybe one of the other ones. They were talking about how you'd like
In Vegas.
you come in below, the typical weight. Like, it sounded like you were maybe 5-7 pounds below what they were anticipating to come at, and then the other guy
Right.
sounded like he made weight, but it was like right at the cusp.
That's every opponent.
So how
Definitely.
does that impact you when you're building your game plan for something like that? Like, hey, this guy's got maybe 10 pounds of muscle and bone on me. Like, what do you have to change up for something like that?
You just gotta adjust on the swivel. Just gotta go and just adjust as you go.
Or are you looking at is it more of like a distance management thing? Or are you pushing them into like a counter striking kind of situation where you're trying to get them to throw so you can position yourself? Or like it sounded
I'ma
like you
say
said you were
this.
doing that tree trapping, so you're hitting the body so you can open up some of the head, but you may have to take some of those shots as you're moving into the body.
They gotta worry about me than me worrying about them.
Ah,
They gotta know what I'm coming with. And they don't have what I have. My arsenal different. My coach teach me an arsenal that nobody know how to do. So I use that arsenal against them, and they gotta know how to adjust to me. not me adjusting it to them.
Well, okay, so sounds like you're a pace fighter. So you're putting on, you're getting them to move at your pace.
I'm like a Power Ranger. I got different powers.
Just pick
For
whatever one you
sure.
need for that moment.
Hey,
What's your favorite strike to throw in boxing? Like just like for
I,
fun. Like you're in the gym, like you want to throw a punch and just feel good about it. Like what punch you throwing?
I can't tell you that. You know why? Because
Oh,
I don't want my opponents
Oh,
that learn what I'm doing.
okay.
okay.
Well, I'll tell
But
mine.
but
It's my lead
all
hook.
but all I can do, I can tell you this. I love the 1-2.
Oh, dude, I love it. I love throwing that jab up there, take away the vision, throw that other hand, take away the everything
Oh
else.
yeah, oh yeah. I love the 1-2. That's my favorite. Definitely love the 1-2. But all the other punches, them punches and punches and bunches.
We'll say, hey, like let's say I'm a 15, 16-year-old kid. I've never, boxed before, never sparred, never done any of this stuff before. Where do I go? Who do I talk to? How do I get started? What would you recommend?
I recommend my coach, Robert Bell, KOK Boxing Gym,
Where are they at?
the Friendship House.
Friendship House, that in Peoria?
Yes.
Okay, I knew that. I just wanted to hear you say it.
So,
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Coach
Can I
Bell.
tell you something about it?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
the only reason I recommend that gym when it comes to fighting, because I've been to every gym, and that's the first gym that's actually fight. That's a fight gym. It ain't no levels of it's you come in this gym, you gonna learn how to fight. Real life learn how to fight. It ain't you just being pretty in the gym. You gonna learn how to fight and you gonna elevate. You gonna elevate your game from
Yeah.
from another dimension.
Well, I appreciate that you bring that up because when we were talking to Michael Price about his journey, he really has two separate businesses. One of them is fitness, and they have some boxing and kickboxing training in there. But then ultimately, they had to start a separate entity for those top level individuals that wanted to be professional and amateur fighters. So like I love that he was able to find that distinction and separate things. So that way you've got the right people in the right place, the right coaches. So I appreciate you sharing that about KOK because yeah, like that's if you want to learn how to box and be a top end boxer, that's where you go.
But be honest, I'm the only fighter in Peoria fighting at that level right now. To be honest, with you, I am the only fighter right now this living right now, this active fighting as a professional in Peoria, Illinois, this fighting around the world, taking out everyone in the state of California, from the East Coast to the West Coast. Me, only me. So I feel like, to be honest, it's not fighting is not for everyone. If you want to do amateur, fine, but taking to the next level, it's hard. It's hard work, dedication. You just can't say, "Oh, I want to just fight," because you're gonna come in the gym and do that workout, and then you're gonna rethink yourself. Do you really want to do this?
Well, that brings up another question. Like when you talk about fighting, there's sacrifice. What's the biggest sacrifice you've had to make to go on this journey?
Let me tell you this. In this game, my coach always told me this. Shout out to Coach Bill. You got to be disciplined. You got to stop bad habits. Because if you got bad habits and you trying to be successful in boxing, it ain't gonna cut it. Like drinking, smoking, just doing drugs that you shouldn't be doing, and trying to get in the gym consistent, you're gonna lack training because you're gonna get lazy. So you want to minimize that and you want to cut that out and start a clean slate. So
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
tell
I
every
can.
fighter, I tell every fighter, if you want to train with me, hey, I'm gonna need you to do 110 with me, because I'm not gonna take my foot off the gas for you. Is you in and out? It's not even 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You got to be both feet in this game. You can't play boxing. You can't play with your life because you can get hurt in this sport. You can get punched the wrong way and be done for life. So
Yeah,
you got to rethink what you're talking about when you get in this boxing game. Do you really want to do this? Or are you just doing it because you want to get fit?
yeah. I mean,
Because this is not.
I think back to there was a boxing match that happened up in Wisconsin, with there was a fighter and he had gotten punched in the back of the head, and like he was showing some signs that they needed to end the
Oh
fight,
wow.
and they wound up not
He
ending the
just
fight.
collapsed.
Yeah, and he wound up as a quadriplegic because of,
Yeah.
in my opinion, it was because of the officiating. They didn't do a good enough job protecting their fighter. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's real. Like, it is very real. The
Them
first
signs.
MMA
Them
video I
signs.
ever saw was that dude splitting his shin in half doing a low leg kick. And I was like, nope, never doing that. That's terrifying.
Oh yeah. And then you gotta have strong bones for this. You don't know what you can take until you get hit.
Yeah,
You
which I
can
found that out
lose
too. I could take a lot more than I thought I could.
you can lose a fight and never get back in the ring because you ain't never lost in your life.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's really more the emotional aspects. Would you say?
A lot of people and a lot of fighters and a lot of amateur fighters don't know what it feel like to lose. I lost.
What
I
does
know
it
what it
take
feel like to lose.
What does it take to overcome that loss and keep moving down this road?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. I've been hell and back, so I know what it feel like. They be down and out and come back from the dead and go harder and harder and harder. But everyone not built like me. I'm like my body is trained like a 10-year-old. I got so much energy. I can get out of bed and just go run. I can get out of bed and work out 3 times a day. Hey, how you doing? And go back to my regular life like nothing. Because my body used to it. Everyone else's body not like that because they ain't trained their mind. They go a certain way about it. So being a professional, it's not for everyone. Being an amateur, it's not for everyone. You got to be a certain individual to learn this game and be disciplined to conquer success from it. And if you ain't mentally strong, you're gonna get beat badly. I never say you can't. Never say you can't. I will never put that on nobody. But in this boxing game, it's different. It's hey, you gotta start from from crawling. It's a lot to it. I'm still learning. I'm a professional. I'm still learning all over again. Still learning. I'm still learning my coach craft. Still learning it. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
I say that's the truth. It is certainly a very, very difficult thing, even especially when you're first starting out. Because I remember when I was hitting the bag, like I was jamming my wrist up because I didn't have any strength, and I thought I did. Like my hands were hurting. Like I was in pain. And then after probably like 6 months, maybe 8 months of consistent training, like my hands started to change. Like they were getting meatier, and like my grip strength was getting better. Like it felt really, really good when I started hitting the bag after that. Man, I wish more people could experience that because it was, kind of life altering for me. I wound up, in my basement on my tie bag doing 150 kicks for each leg every single day. Like,
Oh yeah.
I had a blast.
But one thing I learned as I kept going and showing my face more on TVs, I'm starting to get exposed to more successful people. But I just want sponsors so I can get more exposure to the social media, the community, the sparring aspect, the training camps, because we do it on our own and it hurts sometimes, but that's all we got. And to be honest, you go to some gyms and there'd be a lot of people in there watching their fighters, and here they be like, I want to see you train and see what you got. I want to see what I'm trying to invest in. But they never come to the gym to see what's really going on. If they come to the gym and see what really goes on in the gym, they'll see I bust my butt in the gym. I bust my butt every day in the gym. So
I don't
definitely,
know what
I
happened.
I just want sponsors just come to the gym and just see the work ethic that I put in and me and my coach put in and put out, so I
I
can
bet. That's a really great
self-advertise.
idea.
I just want them to see the work, like they want to see the product, right? So I want y'all to come to the gym and see the product itself. They want to see what they working with. They want to see why should we invest in you? Well, if you come to the gym and see the work ethic that I put in and dedication, then you will see why I need sponsors behind me. Cause I'm on a sports native myself. I'm a jack in the gym. I'm everything that an athlete can ever be in the gym.
Well, I got a
My
question
coach
for
really
you.
had to stop me. He had to stop me from working out because I go so hard, and we put a lot of time in, and I don't want it to go to waste because I love what I do. So to every sponsor, to every business, to every major company that just watching this, I want y'all to know. I want y'all to see us in the gym so you can see the product itself from
So
the
you heard that.
banks.
You guys have an invitation from their top end professional boxer in Peoria to come down to his gym and watch him fight, so you can see exactly what it is that you're
You see the
investing in.
dedication and training at Friendship House. KOK Boxing Gym is at the Friendship House.
Well, and I think
Come
something else we
down.
could do. Let's you, me, and we can talk to Coach Bell. I would love it if Anshuman and I were able to come down and just do a little bit of film with you, so we can share some more of your work ethic and the things that you're doing down there.
For
But
sure.
we can have that conversation later. I don't want to step on any toes.
For sure. But yes, I want companies to understand that you know what I'm saying, in the game it's already a no. But I just want y'all to come and see, like, it's different because it ain't just me. It's kids in the gym that look up to me. I learn from them. So I feel like I have fun in the gym just showing what I've been doing so they can get on the same level as me
Well,
as
hey
an
man, like
adult.
personally for me, like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, like I've heard your name through a lot of individuals who I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And you're one of the reasons that I continue to stick on the path that I was in. Because I the fact that you were out there in Peoria, Illinois, doing professional combat sports just inspired the heck out of me. And it's one of the reasons we're here now doing this podcast. So, dude, you're already making
Appreciate
waves.
it.
You're already impacting people
Appreciate
around
it.
you, even if it's not,
Appreciate it.
in front of your face right now.
Appreciate it. Honorable. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that
That's
work
why I
ethic, man,
just
it goes everywhere, man.
oh
It has that ripple effect in the community.
I love it. I ain't gonna lie, I love it. The way I get trained, I love it. I'm having fun. That's the part about the game. If you ain't having fun, you shouldn't be in the game. You gotta have fun what you're doing. Can't be stressed about nothing. We getting blessed, but when it comes, it comes, you know. But I ain't gonna. Hey, look, I'm a KOK member for life. I'm gonna let you know right now. I've been at every other gym and I came back home 3 times, and this is it. This is the gym I want to be at. It ain't nothing like coming out of fighting gym to teaching you to go through deep waters, and keep fighting and don't give up. You know, you get in a ring and sparring, and you get beat up and you get hit, and you don't know what to do. But when you got this coach in your ear, and he know what to say to spark that plug that make you this tee off. That's what I needed. So I'm not
Perspective.
leaving that. I'm
Yeah,
not.
no,
I'm not leaving that.
you're right. I find myself gravitating towards similar people in other areas of my life. Like if they're just a flat out expert in something, I take the Bill Nye approach. I believe that
Right.
everybody knows something that I don't, and I want to find that nugget of information.
I
It's something that
agree.
keeps me motivated to meet new people.
For sure. For sure. And I just feel like everyone got to understand the gym I'm at and the coach I have, very honorable. I got 2 coaches in the gym, Coach Bank and Coach Bell. Honorable people. Honorable people. And respect. It's all respect, and we have fun as a team, and like they say, we building an empire. And I want everyone to understand that you got to start small, baby steps, but it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow like one of these big trees. It's gonna grow, and I want to know at the end of the day, even if it don't happen, we still gonna keep moving because we got business to take care of, and that's our motive
I say Fight Talks is going to be here interviewing any and
for
all
sure.
fighters or people related to fighting, coaching, trainers, gym owners. Like if you have anything to do with combat sports in Central Illinois, like we want to be talking to you. We want to know your experience.
For sure. And they got this event coming up at the expo. I think it's July 20.
July 28th. Hey, Anshuman, do you have
Yeah.
a start time for that event? I think it's $65 at the door. Can you look up the start time for the July 28th event?
For KOK?
It's a show you don't want to miss. Shout
I'll
out to
say,
Court.
yeah. Well, because I know that they was it Bell? I know they used to have boxing shows at Expo
No, that's
Gardens.
his show.
Is
That's
that
it.
somebody? He did that before too.
Yes.
No. This is the first one out there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Where'd you find
This is the
out?
first one.
Okay, it's let me
And
see.
shout out to Core Fitness for their show.
July 28th. Let's see.
Yeah, July 26th, Core Fitness. That's Michael Price there, who's doing that show. He's got a great AM show. I think 12 or 13 bouts scheduled for that night. That's
For
happening
sure.
at the Peoria Civic Center. $22 to get in if you buy ahead of time. I think $27 at the door. They also have VIP tickets, if I recall. They're I think $37 or $47, something like that. That'll get you a table and some nice little goodies and
So,
stuff.
The show's
But yeah,
called-
man,
For sure.
dude, we've got what? Oh, there was a boxing show last night. Oh man, I missed the boxing show
And-
last night. Where was that one
In
at?
Bloomington.
Yeah.
In Bloomington.
Yeah.
At Coach Sid, yep, at Kingdom City. I trained at that gym too.
So
I took two
that-
professional fights at that gym also.
So the,
No kidding,
the
that's
show-
awesome,
the
man.
show-
Yeah,
the-
when I was living in Bloomington, you were working out of that gym. I'm
so,
sorry,
For
what did you
sure.
say, Achu?
so KOK Dream Catchers Stop the Violence show, Gloves Up, Guns Down Part 2 will be at Expo Gardens July 28th on a Sunday. It'll be from 12 at noon to 5 p.m.
Okay, that's an awesome time frame for a show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Be there.
What's the cost on tickets there? Is it 65? Yeah, no, these are all these individuals are wonderful. They all have tremendous hearts. I heard about the Gloves Up, Guns Down event, many years ago.
Oh yeah.
And like that's something that I have heard over and over and over again. That's something that's needed in this
$20
city
a ticket.
is to give people, especially, it's $20 a ticket. Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Coach Bang just
So I was
commented-
way off.
Co-
20
Coach Bang just commented in the comments saying it's $20. Shout out to Coach Bang.
Woo, woo. Go Coach Bang for the win. So $20
Shout out to
see
Coach
the
Bang.
show at Expo Gardens, man. That's going to be an awesome show. You're working with some phenomenal people. These guys make waves in the community. They're all wonderful. Like, so I'm really excited. I can't wait to blow this show up in all the right ways.
Would they say be there or be square?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be at
Same.
both shows, so I'll be at the Civic
For
Center
sure.
on the
I'm
26th.
gonna support both. I'm supporting both. Definitely got to support my gym, for sure. I'm definitely
Oh,
gonna be
heck
out there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, good, so we can meet face to face. I'll be excited.
Oh yeah. Hey, look. Hey, one thing you gotta know about me. Hey, I'm gonna support my peoples, regardless. You know what I'm saying? And I got respect for every gym, but hey, KOK finna bring that heat. Better be there and get you a seat, because it's something to see.
How many bouts they have going on that day? Do you know?
I don't know. Honestly,
Do you
I
know
don't
if they're
know.
professional or amateur?
They are
Coach
amateurs.
Bang, where are you?
Coach Bang, I need them comments.
I know, right? We got to get Coach Bang on here next. Like,
Definitely, but it's gonna be a good show, and then the kids go to school, so they're gonna get some fireworks before they go back to school.
oh, dude, that's
On a
awesome,
Sunday.
too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. Do you got any questions else for me? That you
I see
wanna know?
This is. I think you did a wonderful job on here, Anthony. I really appreciate you being on Fight Talks, brought to you by PeoriaLife.com. So Anthony said he's going to be at the shows on the 26th and the 28th, brought to you by Core Fitness and KOK Boxing, respectively. So yeah, please show up to that. These events are super important to the community and for the future of combat sports in Central Illinois. Now's the time to show your support.
Yes, sir.
Anshuman, anything you'd like to add?
No, I can't think of anything.
All right, that is Anshuman, always in the ready, my man. Anthony,
Appreciate
thank
y'all.
you so much for being here today. I look forward to seeing you on 26. And you got my number. If you need anything else, just give me a ring.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you.
You too. Take care.
Yeah.